is Keith Hooper here in Central California. We're joined by our good friend John Solleder down in Dallas, Texas, and we have a very special guest with us today as well, Genece Miller out of Southern California. Good morning and good afternoon to the two of you.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Very good. So, John, I know we're getting ready on this opportunity call, so I'm going to hand it off to you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's John Solleder in Dallas, Texas. And we have a very special guest this afternoon. But before I get to that, I need to tell everybody a little bit about why we're here. Because, some well-meaning friend, relative, neighbor, perhaps even a stranger has told you a little bit perhaps about our company and about our business, and it's something that they asked you to listen to this afternoon. So we don't want to waste your time. We want to tell you as much as we possibly can, and then have you return to that individual, and they'll be able to tell you whatever we don't cover this afternoon. So having said that, the company we represent is called Immunotech Research. That's IMMUNOTEC Research. We're domiciled in the beautiful province of Quebec, up in Canada. We've been in business now for 21 years. I've been fortunate and blessed to be part of the company for almost that long. Keith, who introduced the call, has been here from day one, so we certainly have watched the company progress through the years, and progress is probably the proper adage as the company is growing exponentially year after year. We, as we speak here, we're about to enter into a new market, but let me just tell you the markets that we're in and the new market we're about to be in momentarily. We're in Canada, of course, where the company is domiciled. We're in the United States, of course. We've been in Mexico now for about 7 years. We've been in the United Kingdom for about 8 years, as well as the Republic of Ireland, which I'll be in about 2 weeks from now. In addition to that, we opened the Dominican Republic several short years ago, and we are in the process as we speak of launching a new country for Immunotech, and that's called Guatemala. And Guatemala opens officially on April the 1st. We will be shipping our product on April the 19th, so very exciting time, needless to say, for our company. And we will be going into the nation of Colombia sometime in this coming fall. So we're growing. Now, why are we growing? We're growing because we have a product that people both need and want, and they can only purchase from people like myself and Keith and the young lady I'm going to introduce you to in a few minutes that market this product as independent consultants of the Immunotech company. Now, told you a little bit about how long we've been in business, a little bit about our growth, but more important and more exciting than anything else is our product. Our core product is a product called Immunical. It's a product that has existed in the scientific community for over 40 years. Was originally developed up at McGill University in Montreal by 3 professors that were working together with various different type of accolades in immunology and other such things that worked together and collaborated and eventually formulated this product called Immunical. Now, what does this product primarily do? What can I legally tell you right now that it does? It does 3 things. Number 1, it'll help you with your overall health and well-being. Now, that's a blanketed statement, but what does that really mean? We've just finished up, or we're about to finish up anyway, here in the South anyway, cold and flu season, right? Wherever you are, I'm sure you have that as well as we do, and, cold and flu season is something that affects every family, the kids bring it home from school, or if you're like us and you have athletes in the family, the kids wind up getting sneezed on by other kids, and, next thing you know, they got it, and they bring it home, and they give it to mom and dad, and it goes around the mulberry bush, and we all end up with it. Well, I can tell you that our product doesn't guarantee that you're never going to get the cold or the flu, but I can tell you we've just finished that cold and flu season, and thank the good Lord and thank Immunical, we have not had any of that at our house. We all take Immunical. Myself, my wife, and my 2 children that live at home all take the product each and every day. So, there's a good example of why we would take this product, if for no other reason, the cold and the flu season. Now, second to that, of course, besides overall good health, is the fact that our product helps people to be smarter. And, what does that really mean? It means that this product has some effect on the brain in terms of how we think, how clearly we think, how well our brain functions. And, I'm an old guy. I'm 56 years old, about to be 57 here in a few months. And when I look at the clock on the wall and on my license and I see that number, I don't feel that number. But more importantly, it comes down to how my brain functions on a daily basis in terms of how I feel, not only physically but mentally, and how productive I am in my work and my business, and I like to be productive. I'm sure you do too. if you're listening for the first time, maybe you're in real estate or insurance or some other activity where you're out and about all day, you're meeting new people, and you always want to be at your very best when you do that. You always want to look healthy, feel healthy, and most importantly, feel attentive, because if you're dealing in the business community like you probably are, you want the other person to feel like, hey, this person really has their act together and can effectively help me for whatever it is that you happen to be marketing, selling, or dealing with the general public. So once again, good brain function is something that our product has been shown to help with as well. And finally, strength. Now me, I'm an old strength athlete. I've been around sports like judo and wrestling and jiu-jitsu and powerlifting and track and field now for most of my life. Or at one point or another, I've been engaged in those sports as an athlete, and even as an old guy, I'm still engaged to some degree in those things. I want to be strong. I don't want to be strong just because my wife tells me to take the garbage out, and I want to be able to do that. I certainly do, and I certainly accommodate her with that, but I still want to be able to lift the weights. I still want to be able to push the lawnmower. I still want to be able to play with my grandkids when they come along down the road. All of that goes back to strength, and our product, once again, has been shown to help strength, help you get stronger, feel stronger, maintain muscle development as you get older, most importantly. Now, I'm going to introduce you to a young lady that has built a tremendous business with this Immunical product. She also is like myself. She's what's considered to be, and Genece, I know you're going to hate this terminology, but she's considered to be a senior athlete. She works out almost every single day of her life in the pool for the most part, and out of the pool. And if you saw her, you wouldn't think she was the age that she is, which I won't give away, but you would not guess that age, let's put it that way, to say the very least. But more importantly, she's had great results with our product, and as I say, great results with our business, and she's done it on her own schedule, done it around raising a family and all the other activities that a mom does in addition to being a athlete, being an entrepreneur, etc. So with all that said, let me introduce my good friend, now living in California, but like myself, a native New Yorker, Miss Genece Miller. Genece, are you with me?
I am. Thank you, John. Thanks for having me on this wonderful call. I'm excited to share some great stuff.
Tell them a little bit, first of all, how you were introduced to Immunical and what the results have been. And if you don't mind, share a little bit about some of your daily activities, athletically.
Okay, well, I'll start with my good friend Keith Hooper, our good friend, I should say. He extended a hand out to me some 20 years ago, and he said, Genece, I have a product. It's not, well understood yet. Science, 20 years of science when it came out 20 years ago was there, the research, and he said, I think you might be interested in this and taking it to the world. And I thought, well, you know what? I was always sick. I worked before, I met Keith. I was working in a, 9-to-5 job or whatever hours I got. I worked in a casino, and I didn't really get to see my family too often because I was always working. So, and I got sick all the time because I caught everything that, went around. So a product with this health benefits, I said, I'm in. That's how that began. And I already forgot the second question.
I know we were together here a little over a month ago, and you look great like you always have, but you're defying time in terms of how you're slowing down the clock, not only with Immunical, but also with your daily activities athletically. Why don't you share a little bit about, what you do on a daily basis to stay healthy in addition to, of course, taking Immunical and our other products?
Okay, well, so I do have a strong regimen of taking the Immunical Platinum, and everything else that mixes well with it. We have a great arsenal, so I'm really grateful for that, which, of course, kept me this whole year, knock on wood, and Immunical, that I did not get anything interfered with my health. So that was wonderful. I have been going to the waters every day, if not, 4 or 5 days a week. I go out to this beautiful hot springs called Glen Ivy. I live 5 miles away. I have a wonderful friend. She became a business partner with us as well, Lorelei Sprout, and she is my water tonifying instructor. And she has taught me how to really tone and get that body fit in 30 minutes in the water. also the nice thing is no matter what age you are, it's not going to hurt your joints. So it's very, very nice. 30 minutes goes by really, really quickly and when you're having fun in the water, and Lorelei's a great instructor. So the benefits have been just feeling better, keeping the body shape the way I want it to look like, and every day I'm in the beautiful surroundings of the sun and the palm trees, and I feel like I live in paradise. While I'm there, I'm also working because you know what? Wherever I am, my business is with me. So that's another triple benefit.
So what has this meant to your family? Obviously, you were able to give up working in the casino a number of years ago. I know that, of course. But if you'd share that, I mean, what has it meant in terms of the time you get to spend with your husband and your family? What has that meant to you?
Well, it's invaluable. The amount of life I got back by being able to fire the boss, so to speak, as our good friend wrote a book, and just decide that if it's to be, it's up to me, which I did some 25 years ago. But I had to fire the boss. I had to say, I'm not going back here no more, burn the bridge, and make it happen. Now, it's not easy to do for everybody, and I don't recommend it if you're not fully committed. But there came a point in my life that I said, my little boys need me. I'm not going to leave them all day long. It's over. So I made it like the principles that you speak of, John, in the past that you've taught us all. Just talk to people. Get out there. And you have to have your daily operation procedures, which I learned to do, again, from the casino world to shifting into owning my own business and being able to stay home with my 3- and 5-year-old. It was such a blessing. And at that point, I became a single mom. So I was not only single mom trying to do a new career, I just had a goal and I had a why, and those 2 boys were my why. And even though sometimes I would have to shush them because I was on a phone call explaining the business to some person, they understood at the end. And actually my youngest son takes after me, and he's far exceeded me in networking. He's just been amazing. Ever since he was 17, he decided that's what he wanted to do as well. So it makes a mother very proud.
So let me ask you this. Now, you've been doing this now for, a lot of years, like I have and like Keith has. For somebody new, let's just picture that person has maybe just left a sales meeting or a lunch meeting. They're on their way back to their office, and they're doing well in what they're already doing in life, perhaps. But perhaps they don't have the time for the kids, for the little league games or the school play or the recital or something, and they're missing those things because of the nature of the work that they're in. And they say, if I had a multiple source of income, a second income, what would I do with it? Okay, what would I do? Would I fund an education for the kids if they're still young? Would I start putting money away for my retirement? Would I start putting money away for, that vacation with my spouse or my significant other that we've never really taken? What would I do? How would you comment on that? What is it that you've been able to do with this business that you never would have been able to do, even though you made a good living prior to this, that you've been able to do having that freedom of a second income and a multiple source of income while you were still working? What does that mean to you, and what can that mean to these people?
Well, first of all, time, precious moments, you can't replace them. And being able to go to your child's play or their sports event, very, very important. They appreciate you being there, even if they, at the moment might not really understand it, but they do, and they shine, and they'll remember this always. So I think it's so important to be able to be a parent, and if that's what you are, a grandparent, or even if you have no children and you just want to have more life in your life, those moments, because the work in the casino, believe me, I smiled all the time. Everybody thought I loved my job. I said, oh, really? I must be a good actress. So I pursued that as well. But back to your question, I think it's so valuable for us to be able to take control of our life. By taking about, let's say, as a part-time person starting out, you just take about 30 minutes a day and you start putting your list together of people to contact and being able to relay how nice it is to be able to take time out because, oh, by the way, my part-time business is making me almost as much as my full-time job. And there's going to come a point when I can say goodbye to the job because I'm making so much money in my part-time business. And that is what happened to us, I'm sure, and beyond that, which is wonderful. But getting your life back, meaning getting your time back, and how do you do it? It's little by little increments, and I don't recommend anybody quit their job and go full steam ahead unless they know that they're prepared to do this. It's not just this is a business, and you got to be your own boss. And if you've never been your own boss before, that's another interesting field. You have to be able to discipline yourself. Okay, I will talk to X amount of people today. And you have to do that every day. And every day, it doesn't mean they're going to say yes, but you need to be in conversation and get your life back. That's just been the most beautiful thing in my life. I give thanks every morning when I wake up because I wake up when I'm done sleeping. I don't wake up to an alarm clock. And I'm grateful for the beauty that I'm surrounded with here in wonderful Southern California and, all the lovely people I meet. And that's what I attract in because that's what I think about. I attract the nice people, and I stay away from the crazies. And there's only a few of them, but they'll find you if you don't watch out.
Yes, they will, unfortunately.
And you know what's really great, John? I don't invite them to join me in my business.
Yeah, that's exactly. You be selective. So just in parting, Genece, okay?
Yes.
Bottom line, you've been here a long time like we have. Okay, you were just at the convention. You met our new owner, Maurizio Domenzane. You've met our new president, Meredith Burkett. You've met some of the other new people that are being brought to the company. And, like myself and Keith, you've watched this company grow up to be a $100 million plus a year business, which there's certainly, nothing wrong with and a lot to be proud of. But where do you see Immunotech going and the possibilities that exist for the new people who join us?
Well, I think everybody that's joining us now is coming in at the right time. You and I and Keith have gone through a little hiccup and bumps in the road, especially when most people didn't realize that everybody had an immune system. Now they get it. And we have the product that helps every immune system. We have our CEO and our president and all the wonderful people that they have on our team. The Immunotech people are the best. They really care. I mean, the posture, they're so willing to help you. I'm really excited for our future, our expansion, and I'm grateful that we stuck it out 20 years to be in the right place at the right time because I see global expansion as we are going into 2 new countries, and I see that going to continue because our CEO is very, very thinking, and he wants to expand globally as much as possible. But we have the greatest opportunity right here in the United States of America. We are probably less than 2% saturated in the concept of people knowing about our product and our greatness of our product. I mean, there really isn't anything else out there that compares to Immunocal and Immunocal Platinum. And now with the Optimizer, I mean, I really feel very proud to be able to share this product and this business to anyone with an immune system.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much, Genece, for joining us this afternoon. And my suggestion to everyone is, look, get back to the person who invited you to the call. We're at Easter week. Easter's a time of new beginnings for many of us, and whether you do or don't believe that, that's your personal business. But, it's a great time. It's a great time to start something new. It's a great time to look at something with maybe a different set of eyes. Maybe you've looked at a business like this previously and you said, it wasn't for me for whatever reason, the timing. Well, you know what? there's no time like the present. And there's no company like Immunotech. There's no business like this. There's no product like this. You can only get it from an Immunotech consultant, once again. So we've got a unique product. We've got a unique company. We've got a company that's certainly on the move. And most importantly, we're here to help. We do calls like this every Wednesday afternoon. Every Wednesday night we have a product call to help you understand our products better that Mr. Hooper and Dr. Barry White conduct and have for, just to give you an idea on the consistency, for almost 20 years that call's taken place. Thursday nights I do a training call. Some weeks other people step in for me, but every Thursday night, to help to give you guidance in your business. In addition to that, the company is doing many, many things in terms of support, phone calls, webinars, all sorts of things. We've got regional sales directors that represent both the United States and Canada. So there's corporate support constantly and meetings and training. So, you start a business like this, the greatest fear most people have is, well, I start this and I spend a little bit of money to start it, and what do I do next? And where are the people that guide me? Well, we're here. We're here. We're committed. We love this business. We love this product. We love our new owner. And we're all very, very optimistic about where our company is going. So that being the case, we're here to help as well as all the other people that I mentioned. So with that, I want to thank you all for your time. Have a very blessed Easter, Passover coming up this weekend. And with that, from Dallas, Texas, this is John Solleder saying bye.